Hello, welcome to Wilson's Horror Movie Reviews. Today I will be giving my thoughts and opinions on the recently released horror movie Longlegs, where I'll first give off a non-spoiler review, a spoiler review, and finally an important question. Now, let's get this out of the way. This horror movie is nothing new. In fact, it has many of the typical horror movie cliche tropes. So if you're looking for anything new in a horror movie, you're not going to find it in this film. But what you will find is a genuinely creeping atmosphere. There are no jump scares in this film, but rather building on top of each other terror. Nicolas Cage's performance is the absolute highlight of the film, with his performance being genuinely terrifying and awe-inspiring. There are a couple times where performance gets a little bit exaggerated and a little bit cliche, but generally he does a good job, along with the other actors who portray their roles very well to a T. It's also got excellent lighting, being able to balance both dark and light locations, and excellent cinematography. Up next, my spoiler review. Oh, now again, the plot, nothing new with the whole Satan possessing families through creepy dolls. Our main character having psychic powers that don't really get utilized fully, and a forced in twist review that could have been expanded more, specifically with the mother. But other than that, it was pretty much such a good horror movie, with the highlight being the opening where we get introduced to Longlegs, our main character. We at first don't see Longlegs until he appears right in the view, with the most horrifying scene being when he jumps down and it cuts to with us being in suspense as to what he does. So it has a very engaging atmosphere throughout. It does get a little horror tropey, but other than that, I think we all like it. Now, an important question I would like to ask. Now, as you know, when we flash back to the opening scene of Longlegs introducing himself to the little girl, the mother. Well, he starts singing and whatnot. I don't remember the lyrics, but he's basically like, "I wanna get you in there, baby," like a gospel or something like that. And while the scene is definitely he's supposed to admit a scary type of feel, it ends up being more or less just kind of funny to hear Nicolas Cage sing like that. What I want to know from you guys is, why would the director include that? Like, what was the significance of Longlegs singing that song to this little girl that he's trying to prey on? And even most importantly, what were your thoughts on that? Did you think it was legitimately scary and needed to be in the plot story? Or was it really just a funny joke in a horror movie? Overall, while this horror movie it ain't nothing new and is definitely cliche in a few parts, other than that I'd say it's the highlight horror movie of this year. I would ultimately give it a 6 out of 7 review. Well, thanks for tuning in.